And here we are at the studio with Bob Doyle, yeah, and voiceover scope. Hey, I just made that up. All right, hold on. As I see people joining, but I don't see names and I don't see comments or anything. It's just kind of like, oh, there we go. Thrive with Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thrive with Sarah. I'm Sarah. No, I'm not really Sarah, but let's find out who Sarah is. Sarah Ballard, who was just telling me about you. Someone, hold on. See, I can't, hold on. I'm going to have to cheat. Intuitive Life Doula. Wow, I don't even know what a COYA teacher is. But if we go to thrivewithsarah.com, we can find out. I'm going to follow you because that's just the kind of guy I am. Hey, good morning. Jay Nepper has joined us, ladies and gentlemen, and thank heavens for that because now it is a party. Because as we can tell by looking at John's profile, he's smiling, he's wearing a nice tie, but he has not provided a profile description, which means we get to make up whatever we want about him. Melanie, where is she? Is she here? Is she here? Wait, Jay Nepper joined twice, not once, but twice. Again, lots of enthusiasm for the voiceover scope. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is for you. My name is, of course, Bob Doyle. Hey, Mag and News. Hold on, I think I'm reading that right. It's so Mag News. I so wish they just Magnus. Welcome, Magnus. Yeah, hi, Bob Doyle here from Bob Doyle's Secret. Rob Harrell has joined us and looking very, very dapper. Wouldn't it be creepy if I could see you, if we could all see each other? That's another whole conversation for Blab, if you guys don't know about Blab. But anyway, you know what? I got to stay focused because this is a voiceover scope. Hey, Steve Bullock, this is a voiceover scope. And I will be inclined to, good morning, hey. Gosh, boy, I just got to get my eyes fixed. I got to. Or at least find some glasses that work better than this so I don't have to do like this every time so I can read your names. I will occasionally, being one of the featured teachers from the movie The Secret in the book, thank you for the hearts, it's so nice of you, will be known to talk about, life things and, hey Steve, and law of attraction. But, recently I've been doing voiceover scopes. And because that is something that I do, we did a session yesterday. It went 90 minutes, and some of you hung in there for the whole time, which is amazing to me. But so what I do on these scopes is I do my voiceover work and I share my process with you a little bit. I share my editing tools with you. And yesterday we talked at great length, about the fact that I get these voiceover jobs from Fiverr and how Fiverr works and how it's a lot more than just $5 jobs at a time. And I had a lot of response on that. Zelix Centauros. Wow, now that is one elaborate name. Thank you for being here. I got a lot of interest on learning more about Fiverr and all of this, and I have been actually working on a Fiverr course to teach people, but I thought I'd do some scopes eventually on sort of the basics of Fiverr, how to make money with Fiverr, how I do it, how I see other people do it, and all of those other things. And because I really believe that if you have something creative to share, that this is an amazing outlet for you to turn that into revenue without having to set up websites and stuff like that. Hey, Dizama, there's a lot of enthusiasm with that BOB, so I'm going to have to check this out and find out. Eric Mensch, multipreneur, lover of clouds, lover of clouds. What is that? What are you doing in that picture there? I can't tell what you're doing. Anyway, sorry. This is where the ADD kicks in before we really get started to the action. So I'm sitting here in my studio in Marina Del Rey, California. You can see we also do video back here, and I'm going to flip the screen for a sec. And this is the software I use to do and record and edit my voiceover work. I know it's really hard. It's the names, It's just the names. There's then that light gray, and well, I'm excited that you're here. It's that light gray, and if your eyes are good, that's freaking impossible to read. So we got a smaller crowd in here today. So we'll see if and I'll keep doing this for the next few days and see if it either gains interest in doing this or it just diminishes and people say, oh, it's that voiceover thing. I don't need to see that. So we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, about 7, 8 jobs here, varying lengths. And, I don't know if you were here yesterday. Thank you for sharing Thrive with Sarah. Thank you for sharing, Sarah. If you were here yesterday, I built up to this one real long one, and there was one change, and so there'll be a revision on that today. Kind of the rest of the story for those of you who are here. And other than that, I guess the highlight of today is that I have looked ahead a little bit, and one of the jobs calls for me using a sexy male voice. So we'll build up to that one. I don't do a lot of character voices on my voiceover. I try and just keep it straight read because that's what I can turn around. That's what is just natural. And so with a Fiverr job, you don't want to spend a ton of extra time on these jobs. You want to be able to do things that you can turn around quickly. So I just keep it real simple, but I can do the voice that they want. So that'll be easy. So we'll just work our way down there. That'll actually be a few jobs now, a few jobs down from now. And I think most of these are fairly short. Well, I lied. The first one, well, no, it is. So here's a job that would, this is a prime example of what I was talking about yesterday, how it adds up. So how a $5 job suddenly becomes, in this case, a $50 job. So just in case you have any preconceived notions about, oh, I can't make any money on Fiverr because it's only $5 per job, not true. This would be a $20 job, which means the script is between 150 and 200 words, which isn't very long. But they want it tomorrow or within 24 hours. And that means that's a $10 extra. And they're going to use it for commercial purposes, which is a $20 extra. So it's a $20 job, but I'll be getting 50 for it. So you can see how it adds up. Plus, well, I haven't seen the script yet, but, oh yes, I have. I've peeked at it. And so this should be pretty straightforward and not take a lot of time. Now, this is my first job of the day, and so sometimes it takes, a few reads for me to get going and, not make a mistake. By the way, for those of you who are new, as I'm recording, if I make a mistake, I clap like this, and it creates a waveform spike on the software that I just showed you, and you'll see me because I do the editing and everything as part of this scope. I don't do all the recording and then edit later. No, you have to sit through every grueling detail, every piece of it. Sarah has joined again. Sarah likes to leave and check her email and get on Facebook, and no, she tweeted this. She shared this with her followers. So one of the things that, I don't normally beg for followers or sharing or things like that, because, if your audience isn't interested in somebody doing voiceover, why would you share this? But there is, resetting hearts. Well, thank you. That means you set so many hearts that you had to reset. Well, I really appreciate that. Wow, thanks for this. But if you think that, your followers might be interested in either voiceover in general or how to make some money on Fiverr or use their creative ability on Fiverr, I sort of intertwine that whole conversation in with what I'm doing here. And we'll see how that evolves. I will be doing Fiverr-specific scopes where I'm not necessarily doing the work, but walking you through the process of how you can take whatever your passion is, your creative passion, and turn it into what they call gigs on Fiverr and start generating some revenue. And just so you know, we've done this successfully. This is not some idea. We've shared Fiverr with lots of people and shaken them out of their, oh, it's only $5, and they've started generating revenue very quickly. So, and it's one of those things where, you always hear the statistic where, I don't know what it is these days, but, it could be the balance, it could, $250 to $700 a month can really change someone's life, their ability to pay a bill or whatever. And that's the kind of money that I feel that you could, with a little bit of work, you could generate pretty easily on Fiverr. I use voiceover for this because I have been in broadcasting since 1985, and I did a lot of voice work back then, and then I stopped for, 20-something years, and then I did all my Bob Doyle from The Secret stuff, so I'm using my voice constantly, but I miss sort of just reading the scripts and doing different jobs and things like that, so Fiverr is a fantastic way to get back into that because the variety is just, you never know what you're going to get in terms of a script, and there's no auditioning, which I love the most, which is why I don't play the voiceover game here in LA, because that would be a full-time endeavor, and I'm not interested in playing that game. So why don't we get right into the action, ladies and gentlemen, because I got a stack of work here to do. The first one is it's the Carlton Razor Stump Grinding Cutting System. Hey, so if you've got tree stumps in your yard, you might want to take a listen. All right, so I'm just creating a new file over here in Adobe Audition, which is the software I use. Razor cutting, I'm just, call it that. All right, let's just not waste any more time. This is pretty much going to be a straight announcer read type of thing. And again, if you see me clap, it's because I screwed up and I'm starting the sentence over. So clearly when I'm reading, I can't respond to your comments, which there really aren't any right now, but what would you be commenting on anyway? I haven't really said anything except that I'm about to do something. So let's just, without further ado, let's get this party started. Introducing the Razor Cutting System. The Carlton Razor Stump Grinding Cutting System was designed by J.P. Carlton, located in Spartanburg, South Carolina. This company has over 70 years of stump grinding manufacturing experience. After many years of research and development, Carlton has developed a cutting head that has a higher cutting efficiency, longer tool life, less chip spread, reduced maintenance, and lower induced vibration. The patented low-profile design and unique tooth design increases the efficiency of machines using the razor cutting system by up to 50%. Using a mining grade tooth developed by Sandvik, our cutting teeth have proven to be extremely long-wearing and able to take foreign object impacts much better than current stump grinding teeth. Sharp stump grinding teeth are critical to achieving the maximum performance from your stump grinder. Regular routine maintenance will allow an average of 5 sharpens per tooth. The razor cutting system is a very efficient and effective stump removal tool. Please consider the razor system when purchasing a new stump grinder or upgrading your old one. Easy peasy, right? Simple, fast. And so now let me switch this around so you can kind of see the editing. Now up here is all me talking to you, I think. I think I actually start right about here. Introducing, it is where I start. So I cut all this out. And then you can see here, this is where I clapped, right? So that means I've screwed up there. So you can, so you can see here's where I started it. And get rid of all that, including the breath. And move on to here. Please consider the razor system when purchasing. All right. And that's it. See? So that was pretty quick because that was a short script and I didn't make many errors. So then what I do is I run a little filter on it which takes out the background, any sort of background noise that there might be. And then I do something called normalize, which pops up the volume a little bit for a more industry standard. I know if you've been here to the scope before, you say, I know this already, but that is the way the scope is. Now, right now, I hit save as, but I'm waiting for my hard drive to wake up. The hard drive is like, oh, are we working today? And so it takes a minute to kick in. So that kind of slows the process down. So was that amazing fun or what? And we learned a little something about stump grinder teeth together. So not only is this fun and entertaining, but we learned a little something. All right, here we go. Pardon me. And now I'm just going to, you can't see this screen over here. I want to figure out a way to easily switch over to the fiber screen. I do actually have a better way to do this, but for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and upload this work to the buyer. Going on now that the hard drive's waking up again. It shouldn't have gone to sleep so quickly. All right, and then I send a little message with each order. Whoops, I pushed the wrong button. For those of you who have watched me do this before, you know I get a little antsy at first when people are, oh my God, maybe I need a Bob Doyle voiceover intro for Periscope broadcast. Absolutely, bring it on. BobDoyleVoice.com will take you to my Fiverr page, and this isn't a pitch for, I mean, I can't imagine that I'm going to have very many Periscope viewers who say, hey, I want to hire you to do voiceover. But it is a way for you to jump into Fiverr and start taking a look around. And a lot of times when you hear Fiverr, people mistype it and go Fiver, and there's actually 2 R's. So just BobDoyleVoice.com will let you see my gig. So anyway, I have delivered that, and that $20 job is a $50 job. So you just watched me make $50 right in front of you, doing something that I absolutely love. Pat has joined us, and I don't recognize Pat's name, so let's check out Patrick Tanguay and, oh boy, Quebec's Bill's #1 fan. All right, so we have a sports enthusiast. All right, now that was that one. So now I'm just going to move. Oh, you know what I'm going to do now? Yesterday, we ended the scope with a long sales letter video, and luckily, there is a modification. And normally, I should charge for this modification because they changed the script. And my rule is if you change the script, you got to pay me for the modification. If I screw up or if I read it wrong or whatever, then obviously I redo it. But this guy, he changed the numbers. So what I'm going to write back to him is when I deliver the modification, I'm going to say normally this would be a charge, but because it's a long script and just one line, I'm going to do this, but for future reference, just to set the expectations for the future. But since this was actually a $175 job, I'm not going to quibble about the revisions would be, another $5. So what I'm going to do over here is load up the file from yesterday. And I got to figure out I'm going to search for the change because I got to hear how I read it. So, let's see. I know it sounds too good to be true, but believe it or not, it's a day. We do the rest. Uh-oh. So we'll do that. Yikes, and I delivered with a clap in there. He didn't even call me on that. So we'll do that for you as well.
So we'll do that
So
for
let me
you.
cut that out. So I'm
Have a
sure I would have heard that from him eventually. Now the problem is, like I say, that I'm replacing a line in here, and I don't know where the heck it is. Just by
real
looking
sales
this way
funnels,
for it.
real products.
Hold on, I'm going to switch around so you can hear. So what I'm looking for is there's a part in here where he's got this crazy goal and he wants your help with it. But to do that, he's telling us the goal that he wants to make a certain amount of money.
So committed that we will even do the selling for you.
That's right. Boy, how am I going to find? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to have to look at the script. I know this is tedious, and again, I'm still extremely self-conscious about, wow, I'm boring people with all of this. But what I'm doing now is loading up the script from yesterday so I can kind of see, generally speaking, where did he say that thing about his crazy goal. So looks like wow, it's just in here somewhere. It's going to be hard to find.
Because when you succeed, they succeed. And I succeed. You're part of a team. Every member of my team is committed to making you successful.
Every member of my team.
How committed is my team to making you successful?
All right, a little bit
Personal millionaire mentor. That's right. While most systems take your money and say, good luck, my system provides you with your own coach, guide, teacher, your personal millionaire mentor.
Okay,
Any
so
questions you have,
this.
any roadblock,
Sorry, guys.
55 million
I'm
in
losing
sales.
people.
It's
Here it is. All right.
well, this year I want to.
All right, so I'm going to mark this spot so I can find it. The way I do this is if I need to add something to a particular file, I go to the very end of the file, record it down here, copy it, and paste it where it belongs. So that's why I went and found it. So here we go.
Last year, my company. Oops, I was about to read the same script again instead of the one that is corrected. Okay. Last year, my company did $30 million in sales. Not bad, right? Well, this year, I want to do $150 million in sales.
All right, that's it. So now I'm going to, you can't see the part. All right, well, I'm sorry. I thank you for being here anyway, Rob. I appreciate you visiting, and maybe you can catch us next time. You can't see where this is because it's off the screen, and I just can't set up so let me just take out where I screwed it up. And the previous file had already had that filter run on it, so I need to run that filter on this piece too. I'm not going to worry about the volume yet until I place it in there so I can have some context. So now this, I'm going to copy. You can't see it, but I'm going to cut this part, and I'm going to go to where I marked it, right here.
Well, this year, I want to do $55 million. Last year, my company did $29 million
He really
in sales.
changed the numbers a lot.
Not bad, right?
All right, so now just tighten that up a bit. Make sure volume-wise we're good.
Easy goal. Last year, my company did $30 million
a little
in
louder
sales.
than the rest. So
Not bad, right? Well, this year, I want to do $150 million in sales.
All right, so now that's the correction, so I'm just going to save this out, and I usually put like a 2 next to it because it's a revision to differentiate the file. 7 people, oh, I'm losing them. They're dropping like flies. But my commitment on this has always been that, I know this can get boring, and it may not, apply to people, but the people who want to watch, they can sit here. I'm doing it anyway. Doesn't cost me anything, right? So I may as well scoop it out. All right, so now I've saved that. I will deliver the modified work. And a little note, here you go, modified, and it's uploading. And it's a longer file, so it'll take just a second. So I'll take this opportunity to have a cup of coffee. How are we all doing today? Where's everybody scoping from? Like I said, I'm here in Marina Del Rey, California, IA. So where are you guys all from? All right, I'm delivering this. Anyone? Hartville. Green hearts, thank you. But I don't know where anyone's from. All right, well, see, the thing is, if I get back into this, I can't respond to your comments. All right, so the next one is, let's see, it's a shorty. It's a $5 job that he needs in 24 hours, which means it will be 15. So here we go. On a train in Sweden. How fun. Hey, Don, I'm doing good. Okay, so this is a super short. This is one line, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what's beautiful about Fiverr. This job, if I wasn't talking to you, would already be done and delivered, and I'd have $15, okay? So I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm telling you it adds up. When I show you my screen eventually, I'm going to be totally transparent about the numbers I'm making, the money I'm making, and walk you through the whole process. So I'm not going to get all bunched up about, oh my God, they know how much I'm making or not making or whatever, because I want you to see the impact of it.
But here's just a short little thing, and I'm going to give it a title over here. And here we go. The accounts can act as a multiplier. Creating momentum with just one or two of them can open a conversation with hundreds of advisors in each district. That's the job, my friends, $15. So I'll just flip this around. I think this is probably part of a job I already did for this guy, and I'm pretty sure that the read I gave it is a match. And if not, it's $5. He'll tell me, no, you need to read it like this. And I'll say, oh yeah, sorry. I was periscoping all of your business out to the world. So I was in a rush. No, I'm not in a rush. That's just an easy one. So there, I saved that. And now I am delivering, upload, take no time to upload because it's very small. Ask him to accept and rate, and boom, done. See? So that, I always use, so that took me like a minute to do. And that's like just walking down the street and finding $15 in the street. And I just talked, So it's about finding, the thing with Fiverr is finding Penny Harvey. Hold on, let's see what, Penny Harvey. Penny Harvey has no profile, but I'm glad you're here. So thank you very much, Penny, for taking a couple of moments to watch me do some voiceover work. All right, so that one's done. We move on to the next one. Now, all this time while I'm doing this, I'm getting messages from people through Fiverr asking for quotes for other jobs. So when I'm done with this, I would go back and say, all right, well, here's a quote for that, and wait for the next round. So this is another example. This is a $5 job, which means it's probably, well, it's supposed to be 50 words or less. Let me just make sure, because sometimes people make a mistake and they say, oh, a Fiverr gig, see, it looks like this is right on the border. This is 100 words, see? They didn't read the instructions. So what I'm going to do, in this case, I'm not going to charge them because they're paying for the commercial license and one-day delivery. So this $5 job is already a $35 job, but I'm going to write them a note when I deliver, say this job was actually a 2 gig job. So next time, just be aware that my gig is 1 gig for every 50 words. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one because I'm a nice guy and because you're sitting here staring at me. And I just want to get through them. Okay, so here we go. See, so all of you just saved this guy $5 or gal. All right, whoop, hey. Edge, this is for a pest control company. Here we go. Edge Pest. Wow, that's not easy to say. Edge Pest Control. Yikes, see, they sneak up on you. They look good on paper, but every now and then you get these two words together that are not fun. Edge Pest Control cares about you and your property. If you have problems with rats, fleas, ants, or any other types of pests, just give us a call, and we'll attend to your needs as quickly as possible. Why choose Edge? We have the best services, the best results, and most importantly, the best people. We are committed to keeping your home pest-free for as long as you live there. Our courteous, friendly technicians will stay as long as it takes to get the job done right and make sure you are 100% satisfied with the results. There you go. All right. Edge Pest. Ooh, that was still kind of iffy, wasn't it? Edge Pest. Edge Pest Control. I'm gonna give it a shot and see. Edge Pest Control. Edge Pest Control. Edge Pest Control. Let me listen again. Edge Pest Control. Pest is kind of, should I do it again? Come on. Yes or no? Should I do Edge Pest Control one more time? Yes, no, comments, nothing? I see hearts, but I don't know if that's a yes or a no. Come on. Redo. All right, thanks. I think you're right. If I wince when I listen to it, it's their company name for crying out loud. All right, here we go. Just that first line. Edge Pest Control. Edge Pest Control. Now I'm just getting all in my head. Edge Pest Control cares about you and your property. Let me listen again and see if I cringe. Edge Pest Control care. I'm losing the T. Edge Pest Control. All right, let me just try again. See, sometimes these $5 jobs sneak up on you. Edge Pest Control cares about you and your property. That's the one. That's the one I'm going with anyway. If they want me to retake it, I will. So you're not seeing this, but I'm cutting and pasting.
back to the beginning, paste, boom, and now I run my filter. I'm going to hold on. And miss a moment of the exciting action here. Run the filter, boomity boom. So remember, we're leading up to the sexy voice, the male sexy voice, which is going to be for an introduction to a podcast. Whoops, oh, wrong. And we'll, geez, could I click that again incorrectly? And let me switch, 6 people. Alrighty. By the way, as I was saying yesterday about hearts, I love getting hearts when you really like what you're seeing. If this has no interest to you, then don't send hearts, and then I'll know, maybe I don't do so many voiceover scopes. Maybe that's just not something that people are interested in. I'm going to go ahead and deliver this with my little note. But I will be talking about Fiverr soon, and walking people through how they can get started with it. All right, move on to the next one, which is, it is sexy voice time, ladies and gentlemen. Sexy voice time, friends and family, and now see 5 people. Only 5 people get to hear it. Now, this is for a podcast, so it's not going to be over the top. But we'll say, and also that's so subjective. I'm going to give it a read. Whether or not it's exactly what they're going to want, I don't know. This is, they would like a sexy voice of a man, please. All right. So this is a regular client of mine who I do a lot of podcast intros for their network of programming on something called A2Zen.fm. It's a lot of personal development stuff. And I always wonder, do they know that? Because I know a lot of these people from just what I've read, they're familiar with The Secret and all that other stuff. And they have no idea that Bob Doyle from The Secret is reading their podcast intro. All right, so here we go. We're going to see, I'm going to try this on. If it feels weird, I'll try it a few times, but let me just say, this is called Uncensored, but it's with an S, not a C. So this isn't, this isn't rude. It's just, they just want a different thing. So let's see. Have you ever wanted a backstage pass to creating a life that works for you? How about a no BS, no fluff, straight to the point, uncensored conversation that reveals the truth nobody is talking about? How to really change your life? Dare we say, you have the potency, brilliance, and power to have a life that turns you on. Are you willing to be the uncensored you? Here are the hosts of Uncensored, Catherine McIntosh and Corey Michelle. What do you think? All right, so that's the intro, and now the promo. How would you like a backstage pass to a real, raw, uncensored conversation that could get you a backstage pass to the uncensored conversations you've been waiting for? Be aware, Corey, Michelle, and Catherine are a powerhouse duo with razor-sharp intuitive capabilities who defy limitations. After listening, you may have less limitation, more fun, and more of you. Listen to Uncensored Radio Show with Catherine and Corey Michelle every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 noon Pacific, 12 noon Pacific on A2Zen.fm. Is that sexy enough? We'll find out. Rejoiner. This is Uncensored with Corey Michelle and Catherine McIntosh, delivering you a real, raw, and uncensored conversation, the ones no one is talking about. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 880-8255. In Canada, 613-800-8737. In the UK, 033-0001-0625. Or you can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Is email better for you? Send questions or comments to CoreyandCatherine@gmail.com. Now, let's go backstage. And finally, the outro. Thank you for tuning in to Uncensored with Catherine and Corey Michelle. These juicy ladies will return next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 noon Pacific on A2Zen.fm. Join us then for another uncensored conversation. Do you have a show topic? Email us. Until then, ignite your life and be the uncensored you. One day I'll be doing this for 300 people on Periscope, right? You just got to spread the word. Hey, this guy talks into a microphone. You don't want to miss that. What do you think? All right, so that's the intro. All right, so now what I do, let me switch. I'm going to go through and edit out the mistakes. And this is a little bit different because they're going to want 4 different files. Thank you for the applause.
12 noon Pacific.
12 noon Pacific. 12 noon. There we go. So get rid of this. And delivering you a real, raw, and delivering you, just cutting out the mistakes. And then, here's one. I didn't clap very loudly. Gotta clap louder so I can make sure I don't miss the, you see the pattern, how it looks the same here? So that's why I know that this is where, I mean, of course I could listen, but I know from visually that that's what's happening here.
Thank you for tuning in.
Alrighty. So now on the whole file, I'll go ahead and run the filter to get the noise out. And do the whole normalizing thing. And now what I'm going to do is, because like I said, these are all separate files. So I select, this is the intro, and then I do the command is save selection as. So I call this uncensored intro. Boom. And then this next one is the, what do you think? All right, so that's the intro. And now the promo. All right, so then I'm going to get this one out and save as uncensored promo. And this is going to be what? Rejoiner, right? Joiner. Yep. Select this out. Thanks for the hearts. I see them out of the corner of my eyes. I'm staring. And this is rejoiner. And then finally, outro. So this was a regular customer of mine, and just so you know, and so when I changed my rates last week, I told, by the way, the revision I just did that you saw when I changed the numbers, that guy just gave me a positive review. It just came up on my phone. All right, so did I already do this uncensored outro? No. All right, so now I'm going to go deliver all 4 of these files to her. Point is, I raised my rates last week because I was getting crazy busy. I mean, it used to be 1 gig was every, hold on, gig was every 75 words. I got 4 of you left. Okay. It's okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going if there's nobody here. Because there's always a replay, right? And I always archive these. And you can find archives of all my Periscopes at bobdoyleshow.com. Where I have absolutely nothing to sell, except myself. That sounds bad. All right, so now I'm just going to move on to the next job, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as this is finished doing its thing. My point is that I gave her my old rate for 30. My regular customers who have been with me for months and months and months, I said, hey, look, I'm raising my rates, but I'm going to give you 30 days of your old rate so you can decide whether or not you need to move on to another seller or stick with me. And so far, they're all like, nah, we're with you. All right, so now I'm just going to really quickly respond to the positive review. Looking forward to the next project. Me too. So I just say thank you. You know, it's like you just acknowledge them, just like we try to acknowledge our followers and people who are on our scope. Let me just see who's on here right now. I'm going to just peek. So we've got Dawn and 3 more viewers on the web. I see. So the other viewers, the other viewers can't comment because they're watching on the web. So Dawn, you're the only live viewer right now watching me on Periscope. If I could retweet myself, I would. But in any case, let's move on to the next file. I've got 3 more. This is a 257 word script. And it is a phone message thing, which is one of my favorites because it's just so freaking easy. And here we go. This is a company called 501 Carbon. And let us proceed. Thank you for calling 501 Carbon. If you know your party's extension, please enter it now. Otherwise, please choose from the following options. For our Community Outreach Department, please press 1. For business development, please press 2.
For project development inquiries, please press 3. For fundraising and public relations, please press 4. For all calls regarding en masse energy, please press 9. For general inquiries or to leave a message, please press 0. She's got six different files here. I just want to say, for the record, I freaking hate the word inquiries. Whoever came up with that, it's not the mouth is not designed to say that word. Let's say it together, shall we? Inquiries. I hate it. It's like manufacturer. It's something I have to read a lot. All right. So now I'm going to confuse myself with all this extra stuff being recorded. Here we go. Next one. I'll give myself a visual signal to know that I'm getting ready to record. Thank you for calling the Community Outreach Department at 501 Carbon. We are currently away from the desk or on the phone with another client. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling the Business Development Department at 501 Carbon. We are currently away from the desk or on the phone with another client. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling the Project Development Department at 501 Carbon. We are currently away from the desk or on the phone with another client. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling the Fundraising and Public Relations Department at 501 Carbon. We are currently away from the desk or on the phone with another client. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling the offices of En Masse Energy. We are currently unavailable to answer your call. Please leave a message and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. All right, Patient Souls, starring Don Fisher, live on the web. For general inquiries or to leave a message, she's got six. All right, so that's that, and let me get rid of, how do I want to do this? Yeah. In this here, just leave the space, fix this error, or on the phone with another client. We are currently away from the desk or on the phone. You cut between the words, it's like surgery. All right, so that's all the mistakes, so let me do the whole, it's just like the last job. I'm going to clear out the noise, fix the volume, and then save them out individually, just like this. So this will be, what will I call this? I'll just call this main greeting. That one there, and then this is going to be community outreach. This is just so they know which file does what. Obviously, didn't need to say that, Bob, but I didn't want dead air. All right, and then the business development. Dev, that's fine. And then this will be, whoops, that's a little close. No, that's good. What's next? Project dev. Hey, and Don, just because I'm giving you so many props doesn't mean that you can't get on with your life whenever you're ready. Don't you feel self-conscious about going, wow, he's calling so much attention to the fact that I'm here, I can't leave. You're allowed. Fundraising. And finally, en masse. So that took me, however long that took me to do, and that was a $40 job right there. So now I'm going to deliver. So as you've watched me sit here, as you have been trying to say, oh, I missed a comment. Somebody came on and commented and was sending me hearts and I missed it. Will you comment again so I could see who you are? Because I was distracted delivering this job. Come on, brown hearts, who are you? Well, I guess I could look in a second once I'm done with this. I'll see who it is. It is Eric. Eric is back. Thank you, Eric, for joining us again, and thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. And let's see, we've only got 2 more jobs in the queue. Let me check. I'm going to pop over and check the messages real quick because to guarantee timing, I don't want to hold you up until I finish the video, so I'll send you a timing sketch for the time I am expecting from each sentence. Okay, we'll see. This is a guy who wants me to do a job that is going to eventually sync to a video, which is actually hey, someone else has joined us. Let me see who it was. Melanie D. Melanie D. Thank you for being here, Melanie D. I appreciate you being here. We are actually, I've got two more in the queue, and this is a $5 one, so this will take no time whatsoever. In fact, let me see. I think I've already downloaded the script. Yes, it is. All right, so this is another one of these intimate voice type things. This is a repeat customer, and he showed me, he had a link to the video that I did last time for him. Oh, that's very nice of you to say. That's very, very nice of you to say. All right, this is for a piano player, actually, named Michael McDowell. And this is a Christmas spectacular. So I'm just McDowell Christmas, and this is just one line, and I wrote Christmas instead of Christmas. This Christmas, you won't believe your ears when Michael McDowell returns to play on the edge with his customized 25-piece orchestra in a Christmas spectacular concert at Manship Theater, presented by Images Silkscreens and Embroideries. All right, that's it for that. See, that was so quick and easy, quick and easy. Let's see. Oh, that's so nice. You guys are so nice. Presented by Images. All right, so presented by. I didn't turn the screen so you can see me edit, but this is so quick that, I won't worry about it. Taking off the front, running the filter. Yeah. And normalizing and saving and then delivering. See, so the point is, I could add it up, but as you've sat here and watched, this is what I was trying to say. As you have been sitting here watching me do this, I'm going to say couple $100 or so, earned in just a short period of time of stuff that I absolutely love doing. So how perfect is that? I mean, it's, yes, I'm most known for the whole secret thing, but part of my big message is that you need to be doing things in your life that you're super, super passionate about. And although, of course, I am passionate about the whole, yes, you can have that job. And in fact, that's one of the things I've been talking about is how easy you can get it working through Fiverr. And how that all works. And so I'm going to be, actually I play ukulele mostly on here. I think maybe one time I picked up a guitar, but I'm more of a ukulele player. And yes, I was actually thinking that later today I would just, I would do a ukulele scope in here in the studio. And not like a concert per se, but just because I'm really actually with the ukulele world, I'm trying to get more comfortable again with performing because a long time ago I was really, thank you. All right, well, just be on the lookout. I'll hashtag ukulele when I'm doing that. I was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. Gosh, it's been 3 years. I was doing a lot of open mics and things like that on the uke, really coming out of my shell. It was a huge breakthrough for me to go out there and play music and sing in front of people like crazy out of my comfort zone. But then I was really, really loving it. And then I moved to LA and Lynn and I did one open mic here, had a ton of fun, said, God, we got to do this all the time. And we haven't done it since. And it's been 3 years. So now I'm kind of not as comfortable. Well, thank you very much. Now I'm not as comfortable with playing in front of people. So Periscope is a great opportunity for me to get comfortable again and feel like in a safe environment and not worry about making mistakes, experiment with things, just turn on the Periscope just to practice and not be perfect. So I don't know if people are interested in watching that process or not, but I'm going to be sharing it anyway. And again, I'll be watching hearts, and if people just aren't into it, then I won't do it anymore. I'll just keep it to myself. But I think I would like to watch people do that. Thank you. Yes, Lynn and I enjoy playing together. We did a show last night on Lynn's channel. So if you follow at Lynn Rose, and look at her recents before it goes through. Before it fades away, it will be there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure she uploads that to my Periscope channel, my YouTube channel, so that it will propagate and get on the BobDoyleShow.com and all that. So we keep it. Thank you for the hearts. It's really awesome. All right, got one more to do, and then then my plate is clean for now. I mean, more will come in during the day, but for now, also, do you do requests, and can you explain more when you do? It's my first time here. Are you talking about requests for voiceover? I mean, ukulele, because I actually will do that. What I'm going to do, the way I have thought about doing the request, at least for now, is say, look, there's a website. Oh, voiceovers. Well, I've thought about doing that too. Like I will scope your comments or whatever. So if you give me a comment, I'll do the voiceover for it.
something like that. But if you really seriously want voiceovers for a project or whatever, you can go to bobdoylevoice.com, and which is take you to my Fiverr channel, and you could hire me for that. But I would like to just do some for fun on Fiverr. But I mean, what are you going to do with it? It's broadcasting live, and you don't really have a recording of it unless you set yourself up to do that. But anyway, we'll have some fun. We'll figure that out because I think voice over your comments. All right, this is it. This is the last one. It's a shorty. We'll be done here in just a moment, and we'll move on with the next phase of our days. Phase of our days. This is going to be called guaranteed removals. All right. You'll notice that I never read the script ahead of time. Now, if it's a really long script and the name, if I get any indication that there's going to be some non-English words or it's going to be technical, there's going to be a lot of weird pronunciations or something like that, I will scan it through because it's nothing more frustrating than getting halfway through and then I hit a word that I absolutely can't get past, or it hasn't been proofread and it's just, oh God, now I got to write them and say, fix this script, like you all witnessed yesterday. You actually witnessed, if you were here, you witnessed me starting to read this script and then getting frustrated because it was not proofread. I sent them a request to please proofread it, and by the end of the scope, they had sent me the revision, and I did it. 90 minutes yesterday. That was a lot longer than I thought it was, and I have no idea how long I've gone today. All right, here we go. Last one, and we move on. GuaranteedRemovals.com offers unique services to protect your reputation online. We can often have complaints or bad reviews completely removed from a website. Threw away the word from. We can often have complaints or bad reviews completely removed from a website or the search engines. We can also get you or your company into major, credible media, which can greatly increase your reputation online. Our services are guaranteed. We only get paid if you get results. Contact us at 866-689-2261 or visit us at GuaranteedRemovals.com to learn more about whether our services are right for you. So I don't know how long that took me. Well, I do know exactly. It took me 40 seconds to do that, and I'm going to cut out this mistake and deliver it, and that's $10. We can offer. There you go. I'm not showing you again, but sorry. Here, I'll flip it. I only made the one mistake, but this is just the editing process. Again, for those of you who are curious and who join later, this particular software is Adobe Audition, but you can use free software such as Audacity and which is available online to just record and do some simple edits. I am running filters that require a higher-end program. No one has ever approached me and said they've heard me before. In fact, because I was in the secret and I've walked around since 2006 when that was out, and I don't even get I don't get no. I can walk down the street with absolutely zero risk of harassment, and unless I'm talking like this, walking down the street, people aren't going to. I do get a lot of comments on my voice, but not like, hey, have I heard you? I will tell you this funny story. All right, Dawn, thank you for spending so much time with me today. That's because it's your voice and not your face. That's right. But I have had this experience. One of my jobs here on Fiverr from a repeat customer is to record these calls that people get on their cell phone or their phones that are recorded, which of course I freaking hate, right? Who doesn't hate picking up the phone and getting a recording with some little announcement about diabetes or whatever? And I say that because that was the specific example. So anyway, I did a few of these things, and so something weird just happened. Are you guys still there? Something just flashed on my screen, and I don't know if we're still happening. Can somebody just tap or give a heart or something just so I know that we didn't lock up? Anything. Well, all right. I'm going to go ahead and finish this because it's the last one anyway. All right, M-Dog, good. So people are still there. I'm just about to finish up with this story about how I did these things these recordings that go out to automated systems that call people at their home and bother them during dinner. But I got a call from my daughter not that long after I did the job and said, I just got this call, and she sent me the recording. It sounds like you. Both my daughters actually got called more than once with voice work stuff that I have done on Fiverr. I just thought that was a rather interesting story. All right, let me just deliver this order, and then we're going to wrap it up officially, and I'll say my goodbyes because that's all the jobs I have in the queue for now. I generally like to start my day with a cup of coffee. This morning we started with a cup of coffee and a bike ride, and then come home and knock this stuff out. And then during the course of the day, as I'm doing my other, work, law of attraction, or sitting around doing absolutely nothing. As these come in, I do them. But there's always this first little package of jobs in the morning, and I've just decided to do periscopes about them as I do them, because why not, right? Right. So, all right, that's it. That's it. I have delivered the last job of the morning, and I hope that those of you who stuck around or are watching the replay or whatever got some sort of value out of it. Like I said, I'm going to be doing other scopes that are specifically on Fiverr, where I'm not really doing the work per se, but talking you through how the system works. And the most important part of doing those scopes is to inspire you to look at what is, what you love to do that's sort of creative in nature, and find a way to start monetizing it, and not to shy away from Fiverr because you think you only make $5 per thing, because you don't. I think I did one thing here that I actually just got paid $5, and all the rest were more than that. So yeah, I'll be talking in depth about that, and I've got some other little announcements around how we can work together on. There's a few voiceover movies on Netflix right now. Oh, my battery's dying. I should plug in my phone when I do this. Yeah, there's a couple of great voiceover movies on Netflix that are super, super interesting about the business in general. But it does make me realize I like doing it this way, where I don't have to go out in the world and do the Fiverr stuff. And I've been playing it super safe, like just doing basically straight announcer, when what I really want to do is voice cartoons. And I think a lot of voiceover people want to do that. But I haven't put out, I was saying yesterday that I was going to create a gig that's just character voices, but I'm doing very specific character voices, not like where they can just say, hey, I want you to do something that I don't do. So say, well, here are 5 voices that I could do. And then see how that all works. So it's just an exploration. It's a fun exploration, doing a lot of different work, and you just never know who's going to hear it, who's going to see me on Periscope, who's going to, never know what it'll turn into. What's one of my favorite voices? Actually, all right, I'm gonna share this story with you because it's just the 5 of us. We don't have to share this. So when I was in radio years ago, I did a voice of a character, and it wasn't supposed to be a character. It was supposed to be the producer of the show. The talk show host needed a specific type of character to be the producer of the show for just this one bit we were doing. And this character needed to talk like this. And so we gave him a name just for the one bit. Anyway, named Jules. That guy stuck. Jules stuck. Everybody believed that he was a real person. And so I ended up being Jules for a year and a half or more, using that voice. I could go on about what that voice was about, but anyway, so I actually got a Fiverr gig about 6 months ago or so, where they wanted that voice for I don't remember what the product was for, and it was really, really weird doing that voice for a couple of minutes and actually getting paid as a voiceover thing. So it's one of my favorites just because I did it for so long. It's super easy. But I don't know. See, now I feel all anxious about the voices. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create that gig. Maybe that's something I can do today, is my character gig, and I'll get very specific about what my characters are, and then I'll share them with you. And then you can go hear who my favorite ones are. Because if I try and do it right now, I guarantee you I'm going to choke, and you're going to go, that's your favorite voice. Yes, I'm a little self-critical. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to end this now because it's been quite a while. No, it's okay. It doesn't take much, so don't worry. All right, so maybe later today a ukulele scope, and I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. But I think a uke scope. So if you're so inclined, you can listen. I will hashtag it ukulele time or something like that. I appreciate the invites. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the attention, and we will all be together again very, very soon.